Let's take a look at a company offsite event. Katrina, the director of events for the company, uses Eventene to organize the winter offsite for her company's sales and marketing division. This year, the offsite is being held in Scottsdale, outside of Phoenix, Arizona. Employees and a few guests will be flying in from around the country. Let's take a look at this event. First thing we see here is the dashboard of the event. We can see that we're in the middle of the registration period. 118 people have been invited. 83 so far have declared that they're going to be attending. 9 have sent their regrets. Here we can see how we build the website for the event. Up to 20 tabs with individual groups of or categories of information can be displayed. Here we have a welcome page, the full agenda for the event, speaker information, information about the lodging with links to the resort, and then a resort map. Here the share event allows you to see what the event website will look like. Eventene automatically builds the event website with no extra work. You just fill in the details of the pages, put in the dates for the event, invite the people, and suddenly you have a permanent website you can share. You can see the same information on the agenda, the speakers, the lodging, the resort map are all here. And I could click register and register this way. But I'm going to show you in the demonstration in this particular event, everybody is an internal employee. So we'll go back to this one and we'll go over to the send menu. And here's where you can send out an email message to a selected group of people. In this case, we've already attached a group of 118 employees, and we're going to go ahead and say we're going to send that out. We can look exactly who they are, and then we're going to compose the message, and the message would be something like welcome, mark it for your calendars and so forth. You could review that and then send it out. Now I'm going to go ahead, just for brevity, show you what that would look like after it's already been sent. Here's an example email that I've received. There's the invitation. I click register and it launches our web form. Now our web form is a mobile friendly or desktop friendly registration form. It's a generic form that could be programmed a million different ways. It can be simple or complex. Notice how it has the registration portion where the person can say, will you be attending this offsite? And I'll go ahead and say, yes, I'm going to attend. And as I scroll down, notice how it's asking me another question. Do I need a ride from the airport? Will I need a shuttle ride? And I can say yes to that. So this is showing how you can ask if they're going to be attending certain parts of the overall event. Next, we're into the survey portion of the registration. It's asking me how I'm going to arrive, and of course these are all customizable for your organization. I'm going to be arriving by flight. I'm going to be staying 2 days, and I won't be answering those questions. But since I said I will be taking a shuttle, I'm looking at some additional questions on the shuttle. So in this case, let's say I'm taking United Flight 1215, and I know that that flight arrives on the morning of December 6th at 8:35 in the morning. And I'll go ahead and put in my mobile number so they can contact me. All right, the next question is dinner, and I have a choice of Chilean sea bass, beef bolognese. I'm going to go ahead and select Chilean sea bass. So now I'm all done. I can add this to my calendar, and we support all the major calendars. I can learn more about the event by popping over here, and notice how it's the same information that was on the website, but I now have it in my registration form, so I don't have to leave. I have an interactive Google map to find out where to go to get there, and also more information about the agenda below. I can also click over on attendees and see who's attending. Now, since it's a private event, and I know everybody anyway, it's interesting to be able to see the names. And I can also see who's on the shuttle with me as well. Okay, so let's go back to the event here. And let's look at tracking. This is looking, now you want to see who has been responding. So we have 84 people responding that they're attending. If I click this, I can see individual names. I can even open up their registration to see what they saw when they registered. If I click on the airport shuttles, I can take a deeper look at this one. I can say, well, 11 are attending now. And if I click the individual, I can go in and see a report based on all the people who need rides. And you can see that I put in the column the flight information, the arrival time, and then whether I've assigned them to a shuttle or not. And you can see that there are 3 people that I haven't assigned to a shuttle. So I can either do it this way, where I can select them, and this person arriving at 8:22 would probably take the 9 o'clock shuttle. So I could assign them this way like this, or I could just go ahead and do it graphically by popping over to our assignment module. Here you can see shuttle 1, shuttle 2, shuttle 3, and these are the 4 people that I have not yet assigned. You can see this is where I just RSVP'd, and I'll go ahead and put myself on the 9 o'clock shuttle by just dragging myself over here. All right, and you can also look at the shuttles this way. Sometimes it's easier to slide them right and left. Another use of the assignments feature is to go down to the welcome dinner, and here we have 84 people for dinner that evening, and I can go to the assign tab, and notice if I use the rest of my monitor and slide it this way, it's like virtual sticky notes. And so I can move people around to the different tables just like this, and besides their names on the card, I can see that they're an employee or a guest, and I can see what city they're from. Okay, so that's the back-end admin app. Let's go ahead and take a look at the mobile app. This would be the experience that the individual attendees would see, and then also the event staff when they're checking people in. So you can see here, this is my representation of the same event, this company offsite. I can look at it this way. I can see where it's located, and I can open Google Maps. I can look at a full description. I can see the same information that I had over on the website. You can see the full agenda, the speakers, with all kinds of buttons to click to learn more about them. And then the resort map, and I can zoom in on that and look around if I need to. The other thing I can do is take a look at the individual activities that are coming up. So I can see here that I have a welcome dinner. I can see where it's located. I can click on the guests, and I can see who else is attending, and I can see what table they're at. If we are welcoming everybody at the beginning, let's say they're arriving at registration, we can check them in by going into a swipe to check-in mode, and then as they arrive, we could check them in by name by just sliding right like that. And the other thing we can do is, if we have a lot of people to check in, we can also scan QR codes. Let's take a look at how you build up the agenda. Clicking on the Activities tab, you can see the individual blocks of sessions and activities that go along with this event. If I click on the list view, I can see the exact group of people that I've invited. So in this case, registration, we have 118 people possible to attend. If I right click on that, I can go up and look at the actual list of people, full database, and I can see all of the different extra fields that I've added. So on any list in Eventene, you can add as many custom fields as you want in the profile information. Back to the building blocks here, you can see we have a welcome lunch, you're building the agenda, you're inviting the people, and then notice how you can add a section. In this case, we have airport shuttles, and here we have tables for the welcome dinner. Okay, so that is a quick demonstration of a company offsite meeting. I've shown you the backend admin tool for planning the event, And I've also shown you the mobile app experience for the execution of the event.